In this video, I'm gonna go do a raid. So, out of all of the raids, I'd say the easiest one would be Dark. Because their attacks, they pull you in. And when they pull you in means you can do more damage. So, I always use Buddha for this. Get my God Human ready. And I have to do all of this very fast. Because for me, at the at the very last island, I will activate my V4 so I can do a lot more damage than usual. Because it'll give max stats on everything. Meaning that my gun, so guitar, when I use the X ability to stun it, it'll do a lot of damage, as well as CDK, which also does a lot of damage. Both my CDK and God Human are at 600 mastery. The easiest flute to do raids with, I'd say it's actually Buddha. You just have to click and spam. And then if you just have to awaken it twice for the awaken Buddha shift and the F. It's better to use unawaken C because you can use it as a traveling move. Any combat will work. Any melee will work because but you need to have max stats on melee and have enough health for defense maybe. So other than that, you should be able to solo any raid. Like if you have your melee and your defense maxed out, you should be able to solo any raid you want. Just use Buddha and any good what's it called, fighting style. You just have to walk to all of the enemies and hit them. And the best part about having Buddha is some people who don't have perms, or some people who just don't have perm Buddha, or some people who just can't really awaken stuff by themselves, right? They often will ask people to help them with raids, and they will pay a lot. I know a lot of people who have paid me to help them fully awaken though. One of them paid me a Buddha, Spider, and Mammoth. Another one paid me a doe. And a lot of people have been paying me a lot of different stuff. Another guy paid me one Phoenix for one doe raid, which is really good. And then while I'm being paid to do all those raids, I'm also getting the fragments for them, which is why I have 51,000 fragments. A lot of people ask me to help them with raids. I do a lot of raids, and in the end I come out with a lot of fragments. But I don't have much to use them for because I already fully awakened all of the awakenable perm fruits I have. But the thing is, there is one thing I can use it on, which is like Levy, bribing the spy to tell us where Levy is. But the thing about it is, last time I went Levy hunting, Mirage spawned. I didn't have blue gear yet, so I couldn't. So it didn't help me at all. So I couldn't even use the Mirage Island. But then all of them abandoned the boat, and then some sharks attacked the boat. And then the boat died. After I wasted every last one of my fragments on it. So unless I have some people who really need Levy, like they're already working very hard for it, and I'm very sure they won't abandon it, then I am not using a single fragment to bribe that spy. another good thing about this, it's actually very easy to solo raid with Buddha. As you can see, my health is still quite high. I don't really, especially with Awakened Buddha, because of the tanking, you don't really need to worry about. You don't really need to worry about the health. You just have to keep on fighting enemies head on, and well, they'll just die. And then once the boss spawns, as long as it doesn't fall off. Okay, good. Then you can just quickly hit it a bunch of times, as many times as you can. Also, you can hit it with Soul Guitar to stun it. Basically, just use any move, damage it as much as you can. It might hit you once in a while, but it doesn't really matter. And the good thing is, if you have V4 of any race, you can just use Awakening. Great, I fell through the floor. It's okay. And then once you do that, your Soul Guitars, well, anything that doesn't usually do damage because you don't have any stats on them, will all have max stats on them, like this. Which I should be able to show you later once I finish the raid. Shark is very good for Buddha spamming, as Shark, firstly, it tanks a lot of damage, which literally gives me a shield, which is the blue section you see at the side. And then it also gives a slowness effect, which is the whirlpool you see around them. There, I defeated it. Okay, now this is the stats. So my melee is already max, but then they add these. My defense is max, they don't add anything. But my sword and gun, which are not max, they make it max level. See, with 2804 extra stats here, and they even add extra stats to stuff like the block suits, which even if it's already maxed at, which is really good. It's good for PvP, good for raids, good for a lot of stuff. Basically, good for extra damage. Well, that's the end of this video. Bye.